So Dee Channsin Berry is a filmmaker, prolific songwriter, and painter. He has directed many independent films and documentaries, including A Different Shade of Love, My Father's Music, Jazz, documentary for PBS, The Black Line, Profile of the African American Man, parts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Berry is also the founder of the D. Chancesin Berry Foundation, which raises money for lupus awareness. Well, there are many projects not in here. However, his latest project is the most amazing thing I can think of. I have not stopped talking about it. I've told everybody I know. I really think if it got out in the world, it could change the zeitgeist. No pressure, but how you doing, Chann?
I'm good. I'm good now. I mean, it's nice talking to you always because we go we laugh deep and we think deep and we talk deep. So it's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I wrote down something that you said, and I just couldn't help it because it sounded like jazz, and I don't think you'll mind, I hope not, if I just say this back. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay. We were talking about your perspective as an artist, and you said these words in this staccato way. Artist, skin, male, Black, New Jersey, bring that forward, that consciousness.
Wow.
You didn't know you were so good, huh?
No, I didn't know I said all that, but it's who I am. It's who I am. It's where I come from. It's how I think. It's how I feel. It's legacy. It's ancestral. It's spiritual. And sometimes it's private. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's private, depending on who I am, who I'm talking to, not who I am. I'm always who I am, who I'm talking to, and how comfortable I feel or uncomfortable I feel. All of me will come out. Some of me will come out. I think all of us have different sides, and the side that remains is my creative side. Mm-hmm. That gets me through my day, mm-hmm. my week, my month, my year, my life. So if it wasn't for that, Shari, I don't think I would be here.
I'd be in that other place with you.
Yeah, I don't think I would be here. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I didn't mm-hmm. have my creativity, my art, my music, my painting, my films, my writings. It all means something to me because it was a gift given to me before I got here on the planet. It's something that I signed up for, to have this life experience. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the people in my life who've come in my life thus far. I'm grateful for my family, my spiritual family. Not always blood makes your family. To me, it's spiritual family is much deeper than blood sometimes.
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about the film, the series of 12 so far?
Well, yes. So a friend of mine, Dr. Cheryl Grills, who is professor over at LMU here and in LA, she contacted me and asked me would I be interested in doing a documentary on reparations for the state of California. I said, yeah, that's in my wheelhouse, sure. And to have an open, substantive conversation about reparations was something I've always wanted to have, and then to be able to do the research about reparations and what it meant and what it means to some people, not all people, has been fascinating to me. So going through California, interviewing historians and politicians and the man on the street, and education, people from the educational departments around the country, actually, universities. So we've been putting this thing together. So the first installment was called pathologizing Black family, and which is we finished that one up. So now we're in the second episode, which is called enslavement and what that means. The third episode I think will be medical and mental wealth, mental health rather, mental health. So that's the third episode. So we go on to do 12. So got a work cut out for us, but so far so good.
Wow. Well, if you need a concept for each one, just kidding.
I'll call you.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking so much about like how to impart this unbelievable. I felt the impact of seeing this film as though I was in the front row of the best live theater in terms of how every part of me was captured, and with it was torture and beauty and people just telling their truth. What was that like for you, especially, because you were doing it for the state of California?
It was proposed to me, for the state of California, but when I started to get into it on a spiritual level, Shari, it was about and for all of us. It's not just for African Americans, it's for America. It's for the diaspora, it's for the world to understand and recognize that these things happened, and they happened to people who look like me. And because of those things, I am where I am. But just think if things were balanced and we didn't have to go through that, where could we be? Where would we be as a people? And it's very emotional for me because I am an African American man who has gone through several identities. I've been Black, I've been African American, I've been Afro American, I've been colored, I've been Negro, I've been a nigger, I've been American. And most of those names were not given to me by people who look like me. And I don't know anybody else on the planet who has gone through this many identities. In constant search of identity, when you have been dehumanized, not thought as human sometimes. So when you think a person is, has, human qualities, you don't care. You don't feel.
You can't afford to feel.
So it's like a child. When your child grows up not wanted, who's that child become? How does a child think? How does a child, live? I think, Shari, I spent most of my life surviving and not living. And I often wonder what it is to live and not survive. And I've had moments of my life, I've been very blessed to live, but I've spent most of my time thus far surviving. And not being the total free human being that I could possibly be. You know, I feel constrained sometimes. We're in the business, the entertainment business. It's difficult business. Not because of the business, it's because some of the people in the business.
Well, sort of one and the same at some level, right?
Yes, it is one and the same at some level. And I was like, well, you know, it's
So I have to ask you,
yeah.
how does the experience of being you, how has that impacted relationships in a beautiful way for whatever reason? What is, I'm not talking about making lemonade. What I'm talking about is in your spirituality, the thing that's untouched by the things that happen in the world, your soul, who you are.
So are you asking me how I've been able to survive, or what makes me happy?
No, because you're such a great, first of all, you're a great communicator, but you communicate with such depth that people automatically drop down to a real place. So what I'm asking you is, over the course of your life, what is it that you have been able to learn to do in relationships that makes you, so.
I think that my mother taught me, my father taught me that I needed to listen.
Wow.
I think that's the thing.
Oh my God.
They told me to listen.
So I'm going to stop here